Don't give blessings when you're happy and don't curse anyone when you're angry. Ship is always safe in the harbor, but it's not about what it's made for. It's not to be always in comfortable zone. No wind will be favorable for you unless you know where is your ship sailing.
Tell us a little bit about one of the first struggles you had.
My first struggle was, I loved my mom, I loved my father, but somehow I couldn't put things together when they were fighting. One day I came from school and my mother was crying and she said, my dear son, we cannot stay with your father, we're going to divorce. That's why I'm always saying this ABCD. ABCD, aim, behavior, character.
What does the ABC do? Bring out the best version of ourselves or help us?
ABCD, this is the basic pillars of our foundation of our life.
Yes.
But many people have no idea what they're living for. You know, when your eyes cannot see the goal, how you can expect your legs to reach there? So we need to have solid foundation. And that's what scriptures and all this like monkhood life, you know, in army also made quite a character.
What is the difference between behavior and character? Hello and Haribol everyone. Welcome to this episode of Bhakti Life. Today I have the great fortune of being able to speak with an amazing speaker. His name is Patri Prabhu. Born originally in Ukraine in the late 60s, raised there with his family. He then went on to study journalism and philosophy and getting diplomas in various other academic achievements. Then he joined the Soviet Union Army, where he rise the ranks and had very interesting experiences. Today, we're going to be diving into the topic of overcoming challenges. We never wake up looking for difficulties or stress. We always wake up in the morning thinking today's going to be a good day. But when we lie down at bed and our mind is wheeling, we often reflect and notice so many struggles came into our day. Why is that? It will always come. The Bhagavad Gita says that happiness and distress will come like the summer and winter seasons. So it's not in our control where the struggles will come. What's in our control is our response. And I really want you to all pay rapt attention to Patri Prabhu, who's going to tell us some of the struggles he's faced in his very adventurous life. You remind me a bit of Indiana Jones, like in terms of the adventure and the bravery that you have. But the deep spiritual knowledge and lifestyle that you live has helped you to really overcome these struggles and prosper. So thank you. Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you, Krishna Kirtan. Nice to be here.
So Patri Prabhu, tell us a little bit about one of the first struggles you had. You were young, parents. I'm married and have children myself. And relationships you've written a book actually about relationships. So tell us a bit about some of the strained relationships that were there in your house, how it was impacting you, and ultimately how you were able to navigate these somewhat psychological struggles that maybe my son has to go through in my household and maybe other children around the world have gone through.
Thank you. It's actually a very, very wonderful question. and it is explained in scriptures that everything starts from childhood. Kaumara macharit pragyam dharman bhagavatam yaha. And usually children up to 7 years, up to 10 years, they become like a sponge. They sucking everything, they taking everything, they're absorbing anything because they're absorbing the environment, especially from the parents. And I believe my first struggle was, I loved my mom, I loved my father, but somehow I couldn't put things together when they were fighting.
Yeah.
They were struggling and fighting, and whenever I used to come from school, they something happening there. Why am I parents struggling and fighting? And one day I remember, one day I came from school and my mother was crying in the kitchen, and they were just scolding something. Noise was there. Then my mother came and she was crying, and she said, "Well, my dear son," I think I was 9-10 years old. "No, we cannot stay with your father. We're going to divorce." And then I just broke down and in my tears, "You don't like me." So I just went to my room, I locked my door, I locked from inside, and I was just making strike. And they were just sitting and talking something. After long times, they were trying to open the door. I didn't open. I went on strike. And after many, many hours, actually, I heard they were talking, "Okay, we have to stay together for the sake of our son."
Yeah.
And just to please me, they make photocopies. They make brother for me, just to make me happy. And actually, I learned the lesson that for the higher cause, sometimes you have to step on the throat of your own song. and just we have to sacrifice something for the higher cause. For the sake of me, they actually stayed together.
Yes.
And then ultimately everything became polished and they still happy. And when, of course...
They're still happily married.
They were living for many, many years ever
Wonderful.
after.
Okay.
Of course, my mom left this world, which has come later, just recently, a few years ago. And my dad always, I miss your mom, what to do. I said, see, I learned another lesson. Don't give blessings when you're happy and don't curse anyone when you're angry. So
say that again.
Don't give blessings. Don't promise anything when you're happy too much.
Wow.
And don't curse anyone when you're angry. You don't be reactive. Just cool down, And that's why we are saying love worth to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Worth to wait. And death worth to live. So when you're not living with a capital letter,
yes.
That's what's most important is a dash between those years, birth and death. And dash is very important. So we have to make quality life, not just for the sake of fighting with others, no, to make friendship with everyone for the higher cause. As Mother Teresa said, there is something more to life than simply increasing speed. There is something more to life. That's why I'm always saying this ABCD. ABCD. Aim, behavior, character, discipline.
Aim, behavior,
character, and discipline.
Tell us a bit more about that.
Yes, very important. Unless I'm always saying, no wind will be favorable for you unless you know where is your ship sailing.
Yes.
Because many people living life automatically, mechanically, and when you ask them, where are you going? I don't know. Just
going nowhere fast is a saying,
I just recently was in America and then in the US, in New Jersey, one guy told me, I'm working in one company in New York and I have to go to the office. I said, why? What are you doing? He said, I'm producing tires for the cars. And I asked him, why do you need tires? For the car. Otherwise, how we can have car? He said, why do you need the car? To go to the office. Why do you need office? To make the tires. Why do you need tires? For the cars. And why do you need the cars? So it became a rat race, just
yes.
Office for the cars, for the tires for the cars, car for the office. And why we are living? When your eyes cannot see the goal, how you can expect your legs to reach there? So many people have no idea what they're living for, you see, and basically people frustrated. They want something which is always, of not their interest, By the way, man is fool. When it's hot, he wants cool. When it's cool, he wants hot. He always wants what is not because he doesn't know what he wants.
Yes, aimless.
Aimless, yeah. Aim. That's why very, very important to understand the goal. And if you know why, no need to tell what, really.
Yeah.
Because people want to be, nowadays, we always say people want everything very quickly, high quality and free, ideally.
Yes.
Doesn't work like that.
And it's not just the Indians.
No, that's true.
Because you live now in India, in Nepal.
Exactly. Yes. Government gave me Indian citizenship. See, my mom Ukrainian, my father Russian, and I am Indian. I'm Nepali. So like that. And that's very, very important. And our life is like ship, cruise. But the ship is always safe in the harbor, but it's not about what it's made for. It's not to be always in comfortable zone. Because if you really want to, as I say always, if you want to discover new islands in your life, then you have to willingly give up the sight of seashore. Get out from the comfortable zone.
Yes, exactly.
Take some challenges. That's what was my life about.
So what was A was aim, B was?
Behavior.
Okay, tell us a little bit about
behavior. This is actually behavior I learned in army when I was behavior, to have this kind of foundation. It's like actually pillar inside you. If you're not standing for something, you fall down for nothing. You have to become strong and stay. I used to study martial arts. I do have my black belt, and we used to study the postures, and all the tricks and kicks and Urawa Mawashi and Yokoto Biheri, different kicks and salto comes from basic foundational postures called Kibadachi. You have to stand very strong. And Sensei usually used to teach you and beat you on the legs and by a stick. It's
just
painful.
You have to stand still.
Yes.
Wow. To
push you, you have to like deep-rooted tree. You have to stand. Like that. That's foundation. Every building depends on the integrity of foundation. If you don't have that behavior, strong character, because see, people actually need to see qualities. People, they don't care how much you know.
Yes.
People want to know how much you care.
Yes.
Who are you? They want to see, because nowadays everybody have ChatGPT, Google, all information, no transformation. But they want to see who are you. People not cheap nowadays.
Interesting. Elon Musk was asked, the head of Tesla and SpaceX, he was asked, how do you hire somebody? Because naturally so many people would want to work for his successful companies. And he says he doesn't really look at the CV. He just brings people in and he just wants to know about their character, their behavior, their values.
Right.
Because that's who you work with day in, day out. You don't work with the certificates and the the graduations. You're working with the person. So very amazing point about having the right behavior.
I remember the one small episode, one boss invited for interview 2 guys. And he said, well, what do you know? He said, I know language, I know computer, I know a few languages, I'm so efficient and effective. Okay, fine, go, next. And then another one guy came. Oh, sorry, sir, I really want to work in your company, but I know only one language and very, very average knowledge. Okay, then you can go. And then he asked his secretary, who do you think we have to choose? Oh, first one, yeah. I said, no, second one, because second one closed the door behind himself.
Oh,
because he has that detail.
The manners, yeah.
And another guy came and said, okay, you're very expert, but did you clean your feet before you entered the room? Oh, yes. Because boss said, yes, because cleanliness is most important quality in our company. Oh, yeah, sir. I clean my feet, okay, against the carpet before I entered. Yes, cleanliness is very important, but honesty also important. There is no carpet there. So
very good.
Sometimes honesty is important.
Yes.
So we have to be honest.
Very good. Okay, so that's B for behavior. What is C again?
Character.
Okay.
Character also very, very important, because character, this is the, we say in when I was in army, you can choose the person and taste the person in difficulties, because greatness of the man can be understood by how he can tolerate a provocating situation. Because it's very nice to have the friend when sun's shining. I always say, I have my friends in 5 categories, Even myself, I divided, I have all friends. I have 10,495 friends, actually. It was the time when I was traveling somewhere. Now I'm traveling to somebody. And looks like London and UK becomes solid place for me to come, because I have so many friends here.
Yes.
Yeah, day by day, more and more. And when I'm meeting people, I'm giving piece of my heart, I cannot just do it for the sake of mechanical meeting only. When I'm making friends with people, I'm giving part of my heart. And so many friends I found in UK. And today morning I woke up, no heart, man, what to do? I had to generate 3D new heart today morning. So like that, it's very wonderful to have friends.
What is the difference between behavior and character?
Behavior, you can do still externally.
Yeah.
But
okay,
character,
right.
Because sometimes
It's
behavior
stuff.
for the sake of social opinion, sometimes, but character, it's that's your visiting card. That you cannot hide. Yeah. And character can be understood, like, for example, how you understand the character and quality of people. When lemon you squeeze, you can in 2 situations, in difficult situation and when man is alone, nobody
Still
watching
lemon
him.
Juice.
Because you cannot expect from apple tree lemon or from lemon tree apple.
Yeah.
So you can be who you are, and that you cannot imitate. So that's why we have to have those qualities. And what I like very much, our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, he used to say, when you're keeping the iron nail in the fire, after a while it becomes red hot, like fire. It's not iron anymore. So man known by his association. And in Hindi they say, Oot pahar ke samne apna sthiti dekhte hain. Means camel, he cannot compare himself in the desert. He is the biggest one, VIP. Because only snakes and tortoises, whatever, in desert. But when the same camel comes to the mountain Everest, he become very VIP, very insignificant person. Camel can understand his position when he comes to the higher association with the more superior and senior people, those who have better qualities than him.
Yeah, amazing. So, about character. What is D?
Discipline.
Oh,
discipline
gosh. This is the one that we all find difficult.
Yes, it's self-discipline, it's team discipline. When you're especially playing, I used to play sport, and hockey and football, whatnot. And team means together everyone achieves more. We have to learn how to live in the team. Because many people, they want to be individuals on the top of the mountain. Doesn't work like that.
There's an interesting reel I saw where in basketball, there was Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, and for the LA Lakers, and they had a interesting relationship because they were both great. And in one match, Kobe Bryant wasn't passing the ball to Shaquille O'Neal. And then so at halftime goes in and Shaquille O'Neal says to Kobe, hey man, what is this? It's not your team. We're a team. There's no I in team. But Kobe Bryant did say there is a me in team, M-E. But they laughed it off, and then Kobe obviously understood that you have to work as a team. So, okay, let's just recap that. So A is for aim. We got to have a focus on where we're going. B is behavior, things that we can try to do. C is what you can't really try. It's just part of you, your values, your inner core. And D was discipline, having discipline. And what does the ABC do? Bring out the best version of ourselves or help us?
ABCD, this is the basic pillars of our foundation of our life.
Yes.
Everybody want to make skyscraper of their life. No, they don't want some broken earthquake house,
No.
So we need to have solid foundation. And when we have this foundation, that's what scriptures and all this monkhood life, in army also made quite a character for, it was struggle, definitely struggle. Because when we came as a young soldiers, we were bullying around, and somebody was bullying us around, old soldiers, But
so you had did your studies in the academy.
Yeah,
and then
but when you're coming first batch, they're already 2-3 years elder than us. Hey, come here, go there, like basketball, pulling us around. But I had my batch friend, he was also martial artist. So what we did, back to back, we united together. Hold together. And when you back to back, hold, I call it, hold means home of love and devotion. So when we're holding together and back to back, when you're fighting back to back, together, nobody can break us. And they understood, oh, this guy is together. No, okay. And they stopped bullying us. They respected us, actually.
Yeah, okay.
They respected us for that friendship, for that unity. And they took us to their team. And I realized in life, if you want to achieve something, if you want to go fast, you have to go along. But if you want to go far, we have to go together.
Can you tell us some of the, a story or two from your soldier days when you were fighting in the Soviet Union army, of where, you've given one of how you and your martial art friend came together to overcome this challenge of bullying or hierarchy or command within the army. Are there any other stories? Because obviously a life of a soldier is very interesting, and maybe some things you can't share because of the graphic nature of them. But
right. Well, but what one very nice example I would say, we used to run every day 3, 5, 10 kilometers cross, and you have to take some ammunition, machine gun, 35 kilo extra ammunition on you. And we used to run, and we had 112 soldiers in the unit. And when we were running, those who were strong, they used to come first. But we had some weak boys, little fatty boys. They used to come and they didn't fit the standard timing. So they used to come always late. And as a result, we didn't know that Commander-in-Chief, he used to count the result of all unit by the last one, not by the first one.
No.
Yeah, really. And because those who were strong, they used to come in before time.
Yeah.
Because we have some, let's say, 2 hours, 30 minutes, you have to complete this 10 kilometers, for example. But they used to come after 3 hours, oh no. Result, next day all unit had to run again, same test. Oh no, and after 2 times people getting angry. Hey you, fat guy, why are you so late? They bullying him, beating him. It was my friend, one day we said, guys, don't beat him. Let's help him instead. Because if you'll beat him, he'll fail completely to come in time. So he'll become weak if you'll beat him. What we'll do, instead of beating him, let's help him. So my friend and me, we took machine gun, we took his, some guys
to take some of the weight off of him.
Yeah, took off, and we started to help him.
Wow.
From behind, instead of being first, we came instead and helped. And everybody saw this. It was such an example. Wow. And we did. Because we helped this guy, he came in time, because we unloaded him a little bit. So, and everybody got the lesson. Since that day, we started to run as a team, as a unit. Not those who were first, they became last, and pushing those who came last. That's the lesson, one of the lessons actually. And push means pray until something happens. So
wow, that's so good. Push, pray
so you remember,
until something.
Hold, push.
Yeah, you're a man of many acronyms. Pray until something happens.
A, B, C, D.
I love that.
Actually, it's now mind. Our mind is usually forgetting everything. My mind always forgetting everything. I forget 3 things. I forget names of the people. I forget telephone numbers. And third thing I forgot.
Lovely, lovely. I want to go back about 15, 20 minutes where you said you came home, you were aged 9. And your mother dropped the news that, look, we can't live with Dad. It's getting too much. You cried and you said, you don't love me. Why is it that as humans or in children, why is it that you felt that? What can we learn? What can you share a message to someone that may be watching this who also feels that someone else's mum and dad's issues are my fault? Or like, can you expand on that? Because I look back at my life and I think maybe I did feel like that, but maybe I wasn't aware of it. And I think maybe people could benefit from why you felt like that and how you overcame that, you know, when you went to your room and in due course of time.
Very deep question. And yesterday, I give seminar about relationships.
Oh, okay.
5 A's battery of successful relationships. Like, you know, we have AAA battery, 4A batteries. I come up with seminar, 5A of successful relationships. And perhaps I started to think about this and meditate on that since that day when my father and mother, my dearest people, became kind of in conflict. And for me, love is about sacrifice. Because when you love somebody, no need to tell what has to be done. You should not do something which you like, perhaps, but he doesn't like or she doesn't like. Or not to do which you like, he doesn't like. Or to do something which you don't like, but he likes or she likes. It's about sacrificing always your comfortable zone. You see? And 5 A's. Confirmed. Yeah, this is Paramatma, you know. When you're doing something very important, we are speaking, it's an important statement, and you're getting this kind of, this is confirmed. It means very important.
Okay, fantastic.
Shariraka Shastra. This is like Shastra. It's written so many sins. I'm studying astrology. It's called Prashana. When you're asking the question, I had my friend astrologer, Punya Adhikari in Nepal. He's 82 years old. Wow. He was teaching me this astrology. You know, Prashana. You asking question and you can ask the number and you can tell you where you lost your thing or what happened to you, what will happen to you. You can predict.
Wow.
So by symptoms, like you're asking me a question, I can see if you're asking me a question, okay, give me the answer. And I'm looking, what is the time, what is the nakshatra, what is the muhurta, what is the constellation, which direction you are looking, north, east, west, what part of body you are scratching, you know, taking. Everything matters. Precise, mathematic.
You're making me self-conscious now.
Yes.
of how I'm sitting and moving.
I'm serious. That's why when you studying, everything is science. And I was thinking, relationship is such a vital thing in our life to create the house. A, B, C, D are pillars, but bricks and a roof. Nobody wants to live in train station. No. Everybody wants to live in the house, in home of love and devotion. Yeah. And when you're putting bricks, what the most important is a cement between the bricks. When you're putting your people around yourself, you know, I have several categories of friends. I'm coming to the answer. And relationship important. Some friends, I'm comparing them to the tree. Some friends like leaves. They are attached to you when the sun's shining and the weather good. When the winter comes and blowing wind,
gone.
Hey, no friends. Some friends like branches, you know, looks like strong, connected to you, but when you're trying to take shelter of them and step, they're breaking and not maintaining your trust. But there are some friends like roots. They're invisible usually. They're few, but they're maintaining your existence. They're always for you there to support you and protect you. Friend in need, friend indeed. Yeah. So everybody longing for that kind of relationships. Yes. And when we have that strong cement between us, I am here for you and you are here for me. And I do have such friends in my life. And it brings such a sense of security and pride that we hold each other, home of love and devotion. And 5 A's are standing for available. Second one, appreciate. Third one, attentive. We have to be attentive to understand needs and feelings of others. Because we can never expect people to lend their helping hand unless we touch their heart. And attentive, I'm always saying, to be nice with each other. We have to understand each other's needs, interest, concern, and expectations. Nice. N-I-C-E. Nice. We have to be attentive to the needs, interest, concern, and expectations of others. We have to accept others. Acceptance. We should not over-expect from people something. And we have to say apology. Sometimes to say sorry, it's more important for me to have our relationship strong than to be right. Sometimes to be right is not right. Sometimes you have to say sorry. Somebody has to be more wise to say sorry, to resolve the problem.
I'm married, so I think I'm going to write this and print it down and especially highlight the apology one. So just go through them again for me.
Available.
Yes.
We have to be available. We have to be attentive. We have to accept people. We have to appreciate them. And we have to say apologize sometimes.
Can you tell me a time where you had a struggle? You didn't want to say sorry, but you knew it was the right thing for the long term of the relationship.
Yes. I had many times. Let's say now my spiritual master sent me to India, then to Bangladesh, to Nepal. I didn't know language. I didn't, know the culture completely. I'm born in Soviet Union, and just different language, different culture. How did I end up in some kind of mountain country in Nepal, poor country, fighting country? It was so unrest, because Nepal is never ending peace and love, supposed to be. But now it is never ever peace and love. So much fighting, so much struggle there. And what am I doing there? But now when I came, I didn't know language, I didn't have friends there. Then I started to find some friends, and I was using this formula, 5A. And I got 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. Now we have thousands and thousands. We opened 64 temples in Nepal. We have schools. Wow. We actually, every day we are feeding more than 10,000 children. Japan embassy give us big kitchen, many millions of dollars. We make big kitchen. We're feeding every day so many children. We have nearly 500 cows. We opening schools and hospitals. If somebody, and government of course gave us some kind of top award of the country. And when we giving interview like this way in Nepali I'm speaking, sometimes in few days we have millions of views. And if you'll tell me this like 20 years ago, I would never believe it.
Yeah.
Impossible. But 5A. And sometimes to keep this family together, sometimes you have to say no. Or sometimes you have to say sorry.
Yeah.
Many times actually I said. Once I tell you, my friend, he was very angry, whatever. Some people sometimes calling me, I'm about to commit suicide. In long back it happened. I'm about to commit suicide. I'm jumping from the roof, but I remembered you. Last moment.
So your friend was about to commit suicide?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So, and I just, wait. It was at midnight. I jumped in my car completely in this sport wear, I drove at night. I went to him. I beat him. What is this nonsense, And then I told him, because he was kind of depressed, as we always say, don't think less about yourself. Think about yourself. So he was so depressed. I said, come on. And I had to say, please forgive me. Sorry. If I did anything wrong, I was not at all in fault. I didn't. But he wanted just to be appreciated.
Yeah.
And somebody has to be the victim of his problem.
Yes,
because everybody blame.
Such a good point. Yeah.
I took the blame on myself. Okay, please forgive me if anything I did wrong with you. But I didn't even know about that situation. But because I took, sometimes when thunderbolt smashes, so there's some, what do you call it? We call it in Russian, gramotvod. Means it's like a wire on the top of the roof.
Lightning.
Taking the all electricity on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus Christ, he took the sins of other people. He has to take this electricity on himself.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes sadhu doesn't belong to himself. Sometimes you have to take the faults of others on yourself and digest it.
That's such an amazing thing. Like to have the level of compassion and awareness at that time when your friend wants to commit suicide, for you to have such character and compassion to say, look, I'm sorry, it's my fault, that then allowed your friend to feel more safe and more accepted.
Yes. That is not only my fault. Somebody also involved in the situation.
Yeah.
And now we are still friends. He is alive.
What a nice
and
story.
sometimes actually, I'm sorry. Now he's saying, okay, sorry, I was stupid that time. But because of that small act of, of accepting whatever, something which you didn't do, saved somebody's life.
Yeah, that means a lot to me. I had a difficult time many years ago. And at that time, somebody drove to my house when I thought it was not worth living anymore. And he said something to me. And it maybe not the exact same way, but he said something that validated me, made me feel loved when I was feeling unloved.
Yes.
And well, here I am still.
This is very nice book of Mr. Marshall Rosenberg, Nonviolent Communication.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
Very important to understand needs and feelings of people. Sometimes we're becoming, you hate me or love me, but don't be indifferent. Because the most heinous and bad things in this world happen due to indifference. So you hate me or love me, but people sometimes not existing for each other. Now became society becoming artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, Instagram, Facebook, they sometimes chatting with each other, forgetting even to meet each other. We don't have time for each other. So we have to be available, attentive, and it is very, very important.
That's such an amazing formula. I hope everyone of you who are watching, please take a note of those 5 A's, stick it up somewhere on the fridge or above your bed on the ceiling, meditate on these, because it's not only helps you, but those principles obviously helped other people.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about the work you're doing in Nepal? Because not only have you got the top highest rank award from the government for all your social work, religious work that you're doing there, but how many languages you speak?
8,400,000.
To every species.
Every species of life, birds and different species. I like to speak. I speak with birds,
Wow.
And sometimes recently one crow came to me, and I said, and this was arguing with me, and at the end attacked me even. So I said, something I told her. I told Hare Krishna Mahamantra on that crow language.
So some of the work you're doing in Nepal, because it's a very inspiring story, how you come from, shall we say, a difficult home where the parents are arguing. You become a commando in the Soviet Union army. So you've gone from psychological challenges and overcame them. You've gone to physical challenges in war. You've overcome them, and so much discipline that you've learned there. And then you went into where you met maybe you can also first start with how you met the Hare Krishnas.
Yes, actually it was spiritual challenges for me, because I was communist and I wasn't from Christian background. I know Bible, and from childhood I used to ask, who is Jesus talking to? Father, please forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. And I love Jesus actually. He said, Father, please, he said, your spirit is strong, your flesh is weak. Please, be strong. I'm taking you back to my father. I'm son. I came from my father. So who is that father? I was really... And when I was army officer, I was walking once upon a time on the street, and somebody came to me and said, are you officer? I said, yes. I have one book for you. It's about war. Really? I was thinking, okay, science of war. Wow. And he gave me Bhagavad Gita. Dharma kshetre, kurukshetre, samavita. Mahabharat. So I said, okay, there's war, maybe some, Sun Tzu, some Chinese war, art of war. Let me check. And when I started to read, this is about, ultimately I understood this is a war, how to fight battle inside our heart. Was greatest enemies like lust, greed, anger, attachments, envy. Oh no. And I was thinking I'm VIP, I'm very special. But when I completed that book, I understood, like that camel, very insignificant person. I understood that we are part and parcels of this creation. And and then I became so much inspired. We have to be inspired before we are expired. And I first thing I started to do, really, I started to put this kind of mark, like monkhood tilak. Yeah. This is like a sign of the spiritual person. I used to be in uniform with this mark. Wow. And I used to go to this formation, army formation, every morning we had. And everybody laughing at me. What is this? Some bird flying, passing something? What is it? I said, no, this is my battle paint, So and slowly people became interested. And they say, first they'll criticize you, then they will listen to you, then they will worship you. It takes a little time. But as you say again, if you not stand for something, you fall down for nothing. So that foundational challenge was for me. Spiritual struggle. Because as I say, as a woman cannot become half pregnant. As a man cannot become half dead. Similarly, truth cannot become half. Is it truth or this is lie? So I understood this is truth. This is common sense. It's very nice because we were small, we were, old, and Dihinosmin Hadhe Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara. Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita not about Hindu, Muslim, Christians. I never found even once word Hindu there. It's just simply science, he explained. And I took it so seriously. I said, this is the truth. All world should know about this.
Yeah.
And of course, I started to be a very strong follower. And they kicked me out from the army. Then
because of your worship.
Yes, because you crazy religious fanatic,
Wow, that must have been difficult.
And then my family kicked me out. My mom told me, don't come home back because you became crazy.
Oh my God.
I said, Mom, have you been ever ashamed of me? Come on. Yes, you're crazy. Before you were, I was so proud of you. And now you're coming with bed sheets, like crazy monk. What is this antenna? Internet. What is this? Because we are from Christian background. Don't come home. I was sharing this story. And I'd ask my mom, have you been ever ashamed of me? Please tell me. He said, no, I was so proud. You have 2 diplomas, you have army man. But now I'm ashamed because neighbors laughing at us. Because, not smoking, not drinking, no intoxication. You're not going to nightclubs. You're not like everyone. I said, listen, I told her, you will never been ashamed. I promise you, you will never be ashamed again. And I left. For 27 years, I never came home. But now, recently, war started,
Yeah.
Ukraine, Russia, whatever. My mom Russian, my Ukrainian, my father Russian. So unfortunately, it's very, very unfortunate. So I told my mom, I cannot see that this is ballistic missiles falling and bombs. Come to India. Because I'm your son, by the way. And I called her to India. She's a business lady. Somehow she came. I took her to holy places, put her on Holy Ganga. I taught her mantra. I said, you sit in the water of Holy Ganga, and until you learn mantra, I will not let you out. She learned. And I took her to all holy places, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Puri. And I brought her to Nepal also. When she came to Nepal, in airport itself, some army security, personal security, put garlands on her, and then red carpet, VIP entrance. Even president of country came, gave the gift to her. Wow. And she was looking at me and saying, who are you? I said, Mom, I'm your son. And finally, we had such a wonderful reception. And at the end, she was telling me after 5 months, she was staying with us.
She's so proud
5 months. I said, I got so much love in my life. I never got in my life. I got so much love in this 5 months. I never got so much love in my whole life. And I thought I have only one son. Now I have hundreds of sons and hundreds of daughters. That's real family, spiritual family. So she was very, very happy.
Wow, what a beautiful story. And
that's a challenge. Come from the putting tilak and challenging.
Well, being ridiculed and rejected by army, family, everything.
Yes.
To now the army are working somewhat, with you and your direction and strategy for Nepal.
And all my relatives now chanting Hare Krishna. They're so proud of me. And one thing I'm always saying, if you really want to be the conductor of orchestra, you have to have a guts to show the back to the public. If you want to direct the whole orchestra, you have to have a guts to stay with the back to the public.
Yeah.
You have to have a guts to swim against the current sometimes. Well, that's not easy, but my army training and also the spiritual knowledge helped me to establish that foundation.
And what are some of the work you're doing in Nepal? Because I heard you're building a place for the whole spiritual communities around the world to take shelter in a particular situation. Maybe you can expand on this.
Yes, actually, we need to show the sample piece to all world, to society, not less, not more. It's really, we need to have some sample piece because people will never trust you. Society considered to be civilized when 5 kind of people protected: women, children, cows, saintly people, and elderly people, old people. Women, children, old people, cows, and saintly people should be protected. That kind of society considered as a civilized. So what we're trying to establish, we're opening the goshalas, protecting cows. We are nearly 500 cows we have. We're opening schools for children so they can get some spiritual and academical science together in balance. So we opening hospitals also there. We creating spiritual and material facilities for the people. So people can see that spiritual life is not fanatical cave monkhood. No. We have to be in the ground. Nice to keep the head among the clouds. We have to keep our legs on the ground. We have to live with society. So that's what our basically message, to bring people that spiritual science is very much grounded to help people to uplift their consciousness. And government of Nepal gave me this highest award, golden medal. This is a top medal. One medal was one guy got who climbed Everest, and next one is me.
Only 2 people have got
No,
this.
not 2. There's so many other people also got in between.
But that's the standard.
The standard. Whether you have to climb Everest or you have to do something for society. So, and this is the formula the statement was for uplifting the consciousness of people of Nepal and to establishing spiritual principles in our country. So that's the word, for uplifting the consciousness of general mass.
One of my nurses, I'm a dentist, one of my nurses is Nepali. Actually, 2 of them are. And for me to sit across in this room, for somebody who's been given such a high award for the betterment of their country and their generations, is a very inspiring. And to see that cycle of where you've had challenges and on many occasions you could have given up, but you rose to the challenge. And now family and army, I really think it's a beautiful cycle. What are some of the spiritual lessons that you've learned? Because we can see that you gain strength from having a strong mind, a strong body. But what about what strength are you drawing from these spiritual literatures that is also helping you? And is there an example of a particular struggle where philosophy has helped you understand, navigate that predicament?
Yes. Actually, the spiritual books, 5 major anchors which can help us to maintain balance in this ocean of existence, always turbulent, and so many big waves. Sadhu Sangha, association with saintly people. And then reading spiritual scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. And then worshipping beautiful deities we have in temple. That's really keeping mind cool. And living in pure place. Very pure place, like temples or house where people maintaining spiritual standards. Yeah. It's very, very uplifting. And taking shelter of the holy name. It's very, very powerful tool. I would suggest to all my friends and those who are watching this interview to take shelter of the holy name. Whether it's Quran, I have many Muslim Islamic friends also. I just came from Kazakhstan. I have a very, very nice friend, multi-billionaire, Margulan Sesembai, his name. Once he came to Nepal, and somebody told me, Margulan is in Nepal. He took his 30 people, to climb base of Everest. Because they are very rich people. They just,
there's a hobby.
As a fun. Team building exercise. They went to Everest. And they happened to be for one day in Kathmandu. And my agents and for me, Margulan is there. You hardly you can get connected with him. But you can meet him if you want. So I did it. I went and I found him. I said, can I meet you? He speaks Russian because he's of my club, of 50s club.
Okay.
So we know, though he's from Kazakhstan, he's Kazakh and he's Muslim, but he knows Russian. And I told him, Margulan, can I meet with you for 5 minutes? Oh yes, you have 5 minutes. Okay, let's meet. And we met with him, then 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours we were sitting together.
Wow.
I took my accordion, we were dancing and chanting and poetry. We became such a friends. He told me, Patri Das, I think we have to do something together for this society, for this world. I want to invite you to Kazakhstan. Every year I have business forum, it's called Kazin Forum. And he calls all international investors, millionaires. So it was like 2,000 people in that forum. Wow. And I want you to make main speaker. I said, but Margulan, I'm monk. I'm not businessman. No. He said, you have something more than simply money. Mm-hmm. And I want to know everyone that is something more than simply to invest money. So and he invited me. And I went to Kazakhstan and I went on the stage. Everybody, of course, were surprised what monk does in business forum. So, and I said, listen guys, I'll give you a presentation, invest in relationships. invest, in the emotions of people, because people will always remember two things in life. Two things. First thing, how did they feel when they first time met you? You can never get second chance to make first impression.
Yeah.
And second thing, what you have done for them. You can never expect people to lend their helping hand unless you touch their heart. So we are speaking, and ultimately I came on the stage, it was no even one single Hindu, all Christians, Muslims. So we came, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Hare Krishna. I said, God is one, it's uniting us. Like garland, many flowers of different color, but what unites and making it garland is thread inside, though it's invisible. So that's why whatever name you can call with love, but we have to be like one family in the world, and that's what the world is lacking now. We remove the thread. That's why we have Ukraine, Russia,
all these divisions,
Syria, Sector Gaza, Palestine. No, we need to bring this.
And that's part of your work with United Nations. Can you
Yes.
tell the audience a little bit what you do for under this United Religious Initiative?
Yes. Actually, I'm in touch, and I'm a member of URI, United Religious Initiatives, and they are the main religious leaders of the world, Catholics and Protestants, Jewish people, Rabbi people, and there's Hare Krishna, Hindu people. I'm representing Hindu. So, and one day we had the festival and the lectures. They requested me to give a lecture, how to bring young generation close to God. In general, I was speaking, and after that, I just finished my presentation. Everybody liked it. I got some applause and said, what do you like the most? I asked all those present people, like around 50 people, said, can you express your emotion in one word, just one word? Interesting. So, love, happiness, unity, everybody were. And then I said, we wrote those words and said, let's make competition of poetry. IQ competition with the world leaders. And we had fun, very nice. They are adequate, nice people. We had competition. And there we were not Christian, Muslim, Hindu. No, we were like human beings. We are just really nice family. And your humble servant, I won the competition. I wrote the poem, the global orchestra which can produce the music of divine love. We like orchestra, and God is one director, but we're playing different instruments. We are all so beautiful and wonderful indeed. Together we can grow high with the spiritual speed. Like the divine orchestra, we can produce the song which will make all world united, religious, harmonious, and strong. In our song we use the words smile, unity, and joy, cooperation, love, and harmony, the darkness to destroy. Rejuvenating family together we create to bring the solace to the world before it's too much late. Create the symphony divine with a love as a holy queen. Share your happiness with mine. So be it, and Amen.
Wow.
So this is from those words they spoke. We put this together.
Yeah, amazing.
So and somebody said, let's make it the anthem of United Nations.
I hope it does. It's very inspiring.
We need this cooperation, love, and harmony with all the people in the world. And I hope this message will reach the ears and hearts of many. Very
much so. I mean, first impressions, you can't have twice. And I hope that everybody's got an amazing experience hearing you today.
And we have to take shelter of holy name. Whatever religion we belong to, chant holy names. And I'll just came to my mind one small joke. It was on one flight, and a chartered flight, and only 4 people were there: pilot, minister, professor, and student. And they had only 3 parachutes there. All of a sudden, flight started to the turbulence, and falling engine crashed. So all of a sudden, pilot came out. Gentlemen, I am head pilot. I have full right for 1 parachute. He grabbed and jumped. So minister said, well, I am minister. I also have, according constitution of my country, I have right for 1 parachute. Grabbed and jumped. So professor and student remained. My dear boy, professor said, you are a young boy, take parachute, jump, let me die. I'm old man anyway, I have to sacrifice my life. I said, no, professor, it's your parachute, I have one, it's for you. How? We had 3. I said, yes, that's true, but minister in his hurry, he grabbed my school bag instead. So sometimes we taking shelter of something which is not going to help us.
Yes.
At the final point. So that's what we have to grab, which can, at the moment of our final exam, life is preparation, death examination. We have to take and shelter holy name. We have to take shelter of the holy name. We have to surrender to the supreme knowledge, and to the friendship of all people in the world.
Beautiful. Patri, if the audience want to stay in touch with you, a website or you
can type patridas.me.
M-E. Okay.
M-E. patridas.me.
We'll put it in the comments and caption.
Yes.
Patri, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've laughed, I've thought, I'm feeling like I need to go deeper in my own spiritual life so that I can overcome the inevitable challenges that come in life. So thank you, been wonderful.
And I can take them from my heart. I feel like to give to all our audience, I want to wish. I write sometimes poetry when I'm meditating. I'm downloading this antenna. I'm downloading from the universe sometimes. I can give good wish to everyone in this wonderful opportunity. I wish today to you, my dear friend, not to lose the spirit and to firmly stand. Let God's mercy will be in all your strives when there is no one around in your life. And one more thing I really want to wish, you be yourself, like in the water fish. With every breath, you try to serve the Lord, destroy the darkness by the knowledge sword. Don't criticize all those who were lost. They are unfortunate and could not pay the cost. For those who are blind, you lend your helping hand. Krishna can see this and will understand. Don't worry profit or the loss. Surrender life to Supreme Boss. And far and wide, try spread his fame by chanting sweet and holy name. Do not give up the fight inside your heart. Be always joyful. Do your duty part. Be happy always, looking at the sky. And to remember Supreme Lord, you always try. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Amazing. Thank you so much, Patri. It's been a pleasure. We hope you can all take away something from this session and this interview, and we look forward to seeing you next time.